Hi, my name is Francis Fox, and I hope to be your favorite psychic spy. We have changed the way we're going to be doing things, being it that because I can see ahead, I can see that the big crisis in this country is getting resolved. So we don't have to focus on that full time. We're going to be focusing on teaching you how to maneuver in the other dimensions so that you can access your superpowers. So I want you to pay attention to this side of my face and the right side of my face, and you will be able to see a difference. And I'll tell you about that later, but it has to do with superpowers. I made that happen last night, and it wasn't with a cream, it was with the mind. So I don't know what's going on with this platform, but man, something did not want me to be on tonight, so I wasn't able to get the map up that I just finished doing. But here it is. You're going to be happy. Now, you can barely even see the outline of the country. It's there. And this is the map of the different sections. Let's see if you can see that better. So we have helpful friends and we have the green. So whatever is going on between Trump and Elon, whether it's an outside influence or whatever, it's already in a healing process. The West Coast is looking better. How did that happen? And the East Coast at the top, but that's where things were iffy, where I think there's powerful men, basically, and women who don't like what Trump is doing. And I think they're in a rage and they're in this section of the country. So helpful friends look great. This is Mexico looking really good. So we have I forgot to, do I have it? No, I forgot. I'm missing, I need to see if that was on purpose. I know what it was. I was missing the other triangles, but the reason I was missing them is because I was too busy focusing on the US map and behind it and worried that you wouldn't be able to see it. So what does it say here? The cycle of lies is closing out. So we're going to be able to start doing some incredibly interesting things in these chats, podcasts. You as a human being are going to be able to do interesting things. Even if you go to your church and decide to give a miraculous healing, you may find that you're able to do it. And you're going to be like, oh, wow, it's not me, it's the planetary cycle. Revelations, which means lies are all coming up. Dark side being exposed. That's what's going on in this country. Um, Fall of hierarchy. I feel that the way that the country is being run with groups of people and not just one person being the most important and everybody else 20 feet underneath them. Um, I think Trump can do something that I don't know how to do, which is to give people an assignment and power and then say, go ahead and take care of it. I am like a helicopter mom, but also a helicopter employer. Not good. What he does is very, very nice. So we have the Galactic Federation protections triple, and then we have the circle, which creates a separate reality so that if there's a lot of craziness going on in another part of the world, in Canada, wherever, it's not going to affect the United States. This is the first time in human history that the whole planet does not have the same reality, that we can have different realities. Okay. The Kennedy papers dropped yesterday, and they went off on all sorts of tangents. And today they got a little bit more focused. Today things are going to be iffier because it would appear that they're going to be getting closer to what it is that's going on, at which time I will end up liberated because other people will have to deal with the issue. I'm finishing my book. I hope to have it finished this week. That's called Sex. We Have to Figure This Out. It's interesting that I didn't put a single thing in there about sex trafficking. Not that I would write about that, but that a reference to the fact that obviously we have a sex problem in this country, or we wouldn't have so much sex trafficking. I mean, there's no sex trafficking because of a lack of food. There's no sex trafficking because there's not other places to make money. There's a reason for the incredible emphasis on sex, and that's why the subtitle of the book is We Got to Figure This Out. So when it comes out, I hope you'll get it and read it. And don't do to me what too many people are doing to Elon. You don't like my message? Fine, don't finish reading the book, even though the last chapter is the most interesting. What is this? But the Mayans said that when the dark stuff started to come out, and what they said was interesting. They said that what was going to make the ending, and that's where we're at now, so bad was not bad people doing bad things to other people. That may be part of it also. It was people's dark side within themselves coming up and out and them not being able to tolerate it, which takes us to senators that have been yelling and screaming, and they want all the immigrants in, and they're liberal, and then all of a sudden that maybe their bank accounts will be looked at. Okay, they are screaming bloody murder, because certainly if you look at the numbers, something funny was going on. How do you make that much money in that short a time? And you earn 145,000, which is a decent income, but not enough to put together several million in several years. There's a lot of explaining that has to happen, and there's no explaining away of that. It's too many of them, and it's too much money. That is what the Mayans were talking about. They were talking about these people that look like good people. They want to take care of everybody. They want to give free food, free home to everybody. Aren't they great? And then their dark side gets revealed, and all of a sudden they turn into animals. That is what the Tortuguero prophecy said would happen. That being said, I would like for you to remember that in terms of planetary history and human beings, we are all in a battle against an enemy that has not been properly identified, which comes from off planet. It's okay that you don't believe it. Doesn't mean I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to start feeding you what within your belief system, because your belief system is mainly limited to the physical dimension. So, I'm not going to limit myself because you have been limited in what you have learned. It's okay. But don't try to drag me back into that little box, because there's a bigger box. And the bigger box, which is known by all the religions in the esoteric part of it, the part that they don't teach the public, the people that behave the worst, they are the ones that are the most evolved. Let's go ahead and let's talk about Judas. Judas, what you see in the Bible was that he betrayed Jesus, and Judas was the reason why they found Jesus and they crucified him. Okay, typical planet Earth story. Oh, gee, traitor. And yet, maybe 15 years ago, they found a document. I don't remember what those documents are called, but part of the Bible. And it was on Judas. And what the document says, and it wasn't a document talking about, it was, what do they call it? They're not prophecies, whatever. And it was proven by scientists that was a legitimate document. And that document says what we know, the people that know the deepest part of metaphysics, which is first cause. The document said that Jesus went to Judas 3 times and asked him to let the Romans know where he was. And Judas said, "You're my friend. If I tell them, they're going to kill you." And Jesus went back again and said, I need for you to do this, Judas. And Judas did it because Jesus asked him to, and they killed Jesus on the cross. Okay. Do you think we would have remembered Jesus if he hadn't been crucified on a cross? Do you think we would have remembered him, his teachings? No. If he had simply died of old age with his followers around his bed as he's dying, we would have never heard about him. Ever. It wasn't interesting enough, spectacular enough, shocking enough. So Jesus asked Judith to do him the favor and set him up so he could make a statement that people would remember through centuries. Now that makes sense with what is known in the deepest part of metaphysics. People that behave poorly are the ones that are the most evolved and are the ones that are willing to sacrifice themselves, are the ones that have so much light and they want to help other people and they're willing to darken themselves in order to help out. Okay, Judas, look it up. The Gospel of Judas, I believe it's called. You can look it up. There was no issue as to whether that was a document that was not correct. So how do you apply that today? Well, these people have to pay a price, and apparently they will. But in us making them pay a price, we're paying a price also because it leaves us in that clash, that battle. Remember the energy center that's the heart center. The name of it in Hinduism, the translation means no sound. There's no hitting together of two things. So, and I'm not saying that this can happen. I am not saying that this can happen. But if all these revelations are coming out, which is what's giving this country support, the country is not, this country is not getting support because they're Trump and they're Republican and da, da, da. It's getting support because of revelations. We are in revelations. This country is into revelations. They're revealing the other side, or it's getting revealed. You got the Tortuguero prophecy coming out. So we've got this, but wouldn't it be? I know it can't happen, and that's okay. You've got these very shiny, lighting, full of light people. Oh, we want to do everything for everybody. And then all of a sudden it turns out that they're stealing millions. There's no other explanation for those bank accounts because it's not just one person. Lots and lots of money that wasn't theirs. And all of a sudden they go ballistic. Okay, so you got here revelations and we've got here revelations. This is us, Trump, society. Look what we found. A lot of it via Elon Musk. And then you got these nice people. Why are you doing that? And then it's like, oh my God, we're getting found out. And so they've got to go against this. If somehow this could be dropped, and I don't know, and I don't think it can happen, maybe this is the last instance in which we're going to have a hitting of each other, which means we're not in our heart center. So you can say, well, why is it that important to be in the heart center? Not because it's about love, but because it's about being graceful. It's about evolution. It's about ending a cycle of light and dark, battling it out when the real enemy is off planet. As we are battling, the real energy, the real enemies is secure. Now, I'm going to say something that I said I wasn't going to get back to because I don't know anything about it. That issue of the androchrome or whatever that concoction is that they take from babies and from people and it keeps people young and all the rest of that. I said I was going to try to figure it out with my group, would remote view what it is. And then I said, you know what? I'm not going to get into that. That's like really, really ugly. My mind just slipped for a minute here. Hold on. Let me grab that again. Oh boy. My mind just slipped. It's an important subject and I'm not letting it go. Wow. The enemies are really good. They're really, really good. Okay. I actually don't have anything else that I want to discuss with you. I wanted to give you the map, which is the good news. That map is called the Bagua, and you put it on top of your house, and it's the map they use in feng shui. And this is the entrance of your home. Oh, this is the entrance of your home, which has to do with career and life path. And what do we have there? We have Texas, where Elon Musk is. Elon Musk is a person I've been saying from day one should be the poster boy of the age of Aquarius. The way he's doing business. Okay? And so where his home base is, at least I think until now, has been Texas. And that is where in the United States, the chi Life force comes into the United States, and it starts with career and life path. And so we have, and I don't have any colors on it, but it usually is green. It's not in a bad place. This is good. So we're in a good place. And I think I'm going to shut this down now. I needed to do the map because I think with everything that's going on out there, that for those who use the map to give them hope or to see what's going on, I wanted to do this. The map is showing what's in the other dimensions. What's happening here physically was already created in the other dimensions. So if this map is looking good, that means the future is looking really good. It's just like you go to the doctor and you say, I do not feel well, something going on. And the doctor checks you, mainly physical dimension, because that's what medical doctors in this country do. You're fine. And you're like, yeah, not fine. And then 6 months later, a year later, you have a heart attack, you have cancer. They looked at you on the physical dimension. I'm not looking here at the physical dimension. I'm looking at what's deeper, which is on its way to becoming a manifested reality. So this is really good. Okay, let me check and see if there's any questions that I could answer here. And then we will call it a night. Okay. No, I'm not going to get into, Giselle, I'm sorry, into the issues with Canada. I don't know enough. Okay, hold on. And that's it. And we'll continue working on the book. I think the book is going to be really interesting. Has nothing to do with the sex act, positions, or anything like that. Like I say, jump into bed with somebody if you like them and you guys figure that out. This is something very different, but something that we need to deal with because sex trafficking is all about sex. Pornography and the addiction to it is all about sex. The whole thing with trans, that's all about sex, but not really. Not about the act of sex, but something about looks. Haven't figured that out. I'm not going to figure that out. It's complicated. There's too much going on that's about sex and we don't get it. We don't understand it. So I'm kind of happy that I did this. That's it, because I can tend to keep talking, even if I don't really have anything left to say. Okay. Thank you for joining me.